Well, hello everyone, Lucaswoodenrailway here. Today I'm doing a review on the clackety expansion clackety-track pack. This one's already been opened. This is my first item in the new Wooden Railway line still. So here it is. So I have two of these because I'm mainly after the switches. Lol. So this is a kind of like a layout, kind of like a set in itself. But what I think the intent is meant to do is like you're supposed to buy a Napbird or Tidmouth or the Cranky and buy one of these and add on to it. So I have two of these, but we only need one for the review. So the second one is just for reference, and this one is it's basically a mirror. If you look. So yeah, let's get into the review. I'll just go over this. I'll be switching between these two on and off. So what you get in this is you get 6 inches. You get 4 3 inches, 6 curves, 2 of these female switches, and 2 of these male switches, female switches. 1 of these female adapters, 1 of these male adapters. A set of the track adapters that adapt to Thomas Wood, 2 2-inch straight tracks, and you get 4 3-inch straight tracks. Not sure if I mentioned those yet. And you also get 2 buffers, 2 ramps. So all in all, you get a pretty nice amount of track with one of these. But if you get 2 or 3, you get a lot of track. So the price tag I got these for was let me see. This is not what I paid for one of these. At Barnes and Noble there was a teacher discount. One of my family members is a teacher, so we got it like 20% off when it was a teacher appreciation month. And I think got it for like, there's a train. That's funny timing. I think I got it for like $38 or something instead of $50. Something really nice off. So it was about 20% off, so it was really good. So, these are really nice. Let's go over the buffers quickly. Let's go over everything that's plastic. There's quite a few things that are plastic, which I think that could have been made out of wood. So the first thing that could be made out of wood is the so let's actually go over the plastic things first. We'll start off with the track pieces, the adapters. So these guys are not made out of wood, which I completely understand. They want to make these cheap and dirty because it's Thomas Wood, but they can't let the line die off too fast because, of course. And they're making them really cheaply, and they're not cheap plastic. They're like a really high quality plastic, but instead of using wood, they're using this plastic. It doesn't feel weird. It feels weird near wood, but it also kind of looks like an eyesore, here, but you get used to it. The one thing that I wish they made out of wood were these adapters. And the one thing I do know is I've seen pictures and I've seen people talk about it. There's this one of these pieces are made into, sorry, keep dropping. One of these pieces are made into wood in the Tidmouth set, and you get a wood track pack of this male adapter, which I hope they release these guys in a wood and made out of wood. I do have some counterparts over here. Right behind me. So imagine this, like, instead of having that ugly brown, we have this nice looking wood. Blends in quite nicely, doesn't it? I'd imagine. Now this wood doesn't blend in perfectly because this is newer wood and this is fairly old. And yeah, the next things that they could have made out of wood are these ramps. And yet again, let me grab one of each. I only have 2 sets of these and 2 sets of these, by the way. I only have 8 ramps and 8 buffers, so can't complain too much, but yeah. Here are some of the original ramps, and here are some of the newer ramps. I do like the wood ramps better. I hope they re-release these soon, and they discontinue these, but it's nice to have a way to get ramps for now, and I'll admit it. So let's compare them quickly. From what I can tell, it's a pretty much identical mold. It's just plastic, and it's a little hollow right here, and it has some lettering in it. RM male, ramp male. This one is RF, which is ramp female. Just to say, like, this is ramp female and this is ramp male because of the connection. And there's nothing entirely wrong with these plastic ones. It's just like, why? But they're still very useful in layout building. So yeah, that's the ramps done. Now let's go on to buffers. So the buffers are really the ones that kind of grind my gears. Just quickly put these guys back. Okay, we're doing it on recording, which is fun. So the buffers are really the ones that kind of make me mad. Still, like, we actually lose track at times. Let me just grab. Right, it's a clackety-track 8-inch. So what happened is it snaps into the track and then eats some of it. But if we flip it around, it eats just the head, and then it stops like immediately at the head. But then we have this like weird part sticking out, which you get used to after a little while. But compared to the older buffers, I mean, it keys into the female part, and then it adds like half an inch of track, and then boom, stops you. On the other side, it keys into the male part. Again, about a half inch of track, and then boom, stops. So the buffers aren't a huge change, but again, I only have 8 total buffers, and I really can't complain. second. Now let's talk over about the wood, the track itself, like the expansion pack itself, like all the track pieces you get. So basically you get some 6 inches, some 3 inches, some 2 inches. You get some nice curves, but I noticed you get mostly straight track, and you get some switches, which you always need more switches. You also get a 4-inch, technically a 4-inch track, because these make a Thomas Wooden Railway full-length 4-inch track, and they're very helpful. And but you really don't get 8 inches like. I just had it in a second. You really don't get a nice 8-inch. You don't really get an 8-inch. You just basically have to use a 6 and a 2-inch, and you don't get a wooden. Whoops. And you really don't get like a wooden 4-inch. This was from my childhood, by the way. I kind of broke it when I was like 3 years old. But this was like a Thomas Wooden Railway. Don't ask why. But like you really don't get a nice 4-inch track anymore. You have to use that plastic bit. Yes, there's some plastic on it, but just imagine there's no plastic and it's just wood. But like we really don't get any like this thing like these anymore. And we get plastic bits everywhere. And just basically, it kind of sucks that we don't get some of the older stuff, like when I was younger. I am glad this is back. And I'd like to let you guys know this is everything you get to prove I'm not a liar. Thomas Wooden Railway is back, which is really good, because some kids had to deal with Thomas Wood for like 2 or 3 years, and they thought like, oh, Mattel is always at least Thomas Wood because they made it look like. But in reality, Thomas Wooden Railway came first, and now it's good to have back. And I'm very happy that it's back. But now we have stuff like this, which I honestly am going to complain about. There's the plastic pieces, they could have made them wood, but they might be doing like trials and stuff, so we have to like wait. We've had tons of releases this year, which I'll keep going over. And that's it. This is another Thomas Wooden Railway review from Lucaswooden Railway. And I'll say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you for another Thomas Wooden Railway review.